Hello everyone, happy Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. So, there's that. Let's just get that out of the way. I wanted to come and tell you today something that you could do. A Celtic warlocky idea for Valentine's Day because, hello, that's what the channel is. And, maybe dispel some of your worries about today too. If you've never jived with the idea of Valentine's Day, whether you're single or not, maybe you just don't like it, maybe it's just too much, then I get it. So let's look to history. Good old history, which always shows us that the Roman Catholic Church is full of erasure and thieving. Shots fired on the Roman Catholic Church. So in ancient Roman history or Italian history, we see that today would be called Lupercalia, and that would have started yesterday on the 13th and ran through the 15th. And it is a day of intense bacchanalian festivities. If you get my gist. Look up Bacchus if you don't know who that is. You will very quickly discover who that is and what they represent. Their counterpart being Dionysus, if that helps. So Bacchus. Totally different meaning to the day. It's not about love, it's about lust. So there's that. Also, bringing it back to Celtic town, there is no true god of love in the Celtic Pantheon. If anyone tells you that there is, they're lying. They're lying to you. They're lying, okay? They're lying. A lot of books will say Angus is the god of love. That's not true. In fact, Angus is not even technically a god in his myth, or a couple of myths. But that's it. He's not considered a god. Now, you may consider him a god in your personal practice, and maybe he was in history and we've lost it. That's very possible. But as of the myths that we have, he's not explicitly called a god. Therefore, he's not a god of love. Also, it's not like he honors loving people and helps them. Okay? The story that people attribute Angus to being the god of love is that he was pursuing a woman he could not have obsessively. So they're like, oh, he must be a god of love because look how bad he wanted this person. Okay, Diva, sure. That does not make him a god of love. So, that out of the way, there are a lot of loving deities in the Celtic world, though. Maybe that's why they didn't have a god of love outright. Maybe it's because so many of their gods exhibit such loving energy. Maybe. Like Danu, Dagda. There's a lot of loving deities, but not necessarily an outright god of love that we have surviving in the Celtic Pantheon as of 2021. So, if you were looking for something to do today, I think a lot of people would tell you to do the whole light a pink and red candle, anoint it with herbs for love, do self-love spells, do love spells to bring someone to you, to mend what you already have. Those are the classics. I like to kind of take it a little left field, as we usually do on this channel, and I'm going to talk about Ogum, or Ogum, of course. And I pulled 4 that I thought would be good for spell work today, or for meditation, for trance work, for whatever you want to do with the Ogum. Because the Ogum are that versatile. You could astral project into an Ogumic realm, but that would be a whole nother video. Just let your imagination go wild, in terms of magic. Don't contain yourself. So, I will be naming the Ogum. I'll show you them. I'll be naming them, giving you a brief little spiel on what they mean. There's just 4 of them. And then I'm going to give you a god or goddess that I associate with that Ogum. Just so you have all the information you need to use them today. Or any day. So, we have Salia. Okay? Salia. And Salia is, it's the willow tree. And it represents intuition, love, femininity. You get the gist. I attributed it to Bride, or Bridget. So, great to work with her with this one. You don't have to follow this exactly, you know that. But yes, Salia, intuition, femininity, love, Bride, Salia, the willow tree. Okay? And I did not pour enough drink for this video. My throat is very dry today. Ooh, okay. Then we have Ur. Ura. Ur. There you go. Okay. Ura it's complicated, okay? So Ura, it's the heather flower. And it's passion. We could just leave it at that. It's giving your power, sharing your power, because you have an overabundance of power, of passion. It's sharing energies with someone. So you get why I would pull it for today. This is kind of left field too, but I associate it with Terran, or Tyrannus. I made a video about him recently. If you don't know who that is, you can go check that video out. It's pretty short. So Terran, he is a fierce protector god, protector deity. And so that's why I put him in this, because he is so overly passionate. He's a very passionate god. So, we've got Willow Salia, which is like love and intuition. We've got passion, abundance, with Ura and Tyrannus and the heather flower. Next we have On, or On, or It always comes paired with Ura for me when I pull an Ogum. So of course it came out. That's a long story. That's a personal story, like, that I will share. Just that would be a whole conversation for us to have in person for why they always come out together. So On, or it is the gorse. Wait, that's a flower, right? Gorse? Yeah, right? So it's gorse. It means focus. The pronunciation of the name should tell you kind of what it means, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? Lovemaking. Focus. It can mean that you are so close to reaching your goal, if you know what I'm saying. Focus. Lovemaking. Combining forces. That's gorse. I attribute it to Fergus, and sometimes Flittish, because I see them as lovers. Well, they are lovers. But yeah. So Fergus, he's an interesting character. So is Flittish. I did a video about her too recently. Actually, you can go check that out. Flittish is an interesting character because she used to be a goddess of one thing, but history has turned her into a totally different goddess. So you should check that out. And finally, we have Chenya. Chenya is the holly bush. We all know what holly is. And it represents lovers. You see why I picked these. Lovers, balance, opposites attracting, unity, harmony. So you get that, why I would choose that. Okay? And I attribute it to Merlin and Vivian, the Lady of the Lake. So we all know who Merlin is, mirror twin, Merlin. And then we're pretty much all familiar with Vivian, the Lady of the Lake, from Arthurian myth. She's the one whose hand comes out of the water with the sword. So I attribute it to them. In some stories, they are just enemies. Some they are partners. Some they are lovers. So They're complicated. They're opposites in my opinion, but they also work together. They're like the mystic magic man of Avalon and the mystic magic woman of Avalon, you know? So you can see how they can be paired together. But yes, lovers, balance. So we have Chenya, we have On, we have Ura, and we have Salia. And I think those are perfect for you today. So, go experience new things to love today. Find new love. Rekindle old loves. And it can be simple. It doesn't have to be a person or yourself. It can be like a TV show that you used to love. Go rediscover it. Go, TV shows that we love. Just go give yourself some love and joy and happiness today. Okay? Bye, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day.